Today I'm going to talk about all the body changes that I've experienced being on keto for 7 months. I'm going to talk to you about poop and periods and all that stuff. So you are going to learn more about me than you probably ever wanted to know, but here we go. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk about all the changes that I've had in my body while being on keto for the last 7 months. And I just want to present this video in a really positive light, because when I was first looking into keto, I would hear these stories of people being nauseous and dizzy and pooping their pants and all this awful stuff. And so it didn't really give me a good impression of keto. But like I said, I've been on keto for 7 months and I feel amazing. And any of the changes that I have experienced in my body, I really feel that they've been manageable. And I've learned things to do, things not to do. So I really want to share that with you right now. Before we get started, I'm not a medical expert. This is just what happened to my body. If you are thinking of starting a ketogenic diet, I really would recommend that you watch the videos by Dr. Steven Finney. He is a medical doctor and he goes through how to get into nutritional ketosis and how to follow a well-formulated ketogenic diet. So I really would recommend that you watch those videos, and I will leave the link to those in the description down below. Let's start at the very beginning. So the thing that you hear about is this keto flu. Now, the word keto flu is a little bit confusing. My background is microbiology, so to me, when I hear the word flu, it sounds like you're being infected with something. And now that is not the case. You're not being infected with anything, no bacteria or virus, but what is happening to you is your body is changing the type of fuel that it's going to be using. So you used to run on glucose, and now you're going to be running on ketones. So what's going to happen is you're going to be excreting more of your electrolytes once you move into ketosis. And so you might have these symptoms of dizziness, nausea, constipation, and I want to tell you that you can totally prevent this. I had absolutely no keto flu. None. And so the thing that really helped me out is I got the right information. And what it comes down to is you really just need to add more sodium into your diet. It's that simple. Now remember, salt is sodium chloride. So 5 grams of sodium is actually about 12 grams of salt. So this works out to about 2.5 teaspoons of salt to your diet, and that will completely cure the keto flu. It will not happen. You don't need to endure those symptoms. So just add a little bit of salt and you will be perfect. The next thing that I want to talk about is poop. You're going to have a change in your poop. You just can't get around that. Now, what is happening is you're giving your body kind of a double whammy. So you're adding in way more fat and you're taking out all that fiber that you were eating before. You're probably eating tons of whole grains before, and now you're moving to probably 20 grams of carbs. You're cutting that right down in your system and you're increasing your fat by a lot. So what happens in your digestive system is when you're taking in more fat, you're automatically increasing the amount of bile that you're producing. And bile is a lubricant. So there is a good chance that in the first week or two, you might have some diarrhea. Now for me, I'd have to say it was very mild. I maybe had a few symptoms like that for a week or so, and then it worked itself right out. I guess one thing that I'd recommend is, since you're taking down your fiber, you need to add more fiber into your diet. And a good way to do that is increase your veggies. So make sure you're eating lots of leafy greens, lots of coniferous vegetables, and those will really help with the fiber and the bulk. If you're experiencing the flip side of the coin and you have constipation, well, a lot of that could be due to the fact that either you're not getting enough salt or the fact that you are eating different foods. So now you're eating foods that maybe you didn't have in that quantity before. You might be having a lot more cheese, a lot more meat. And remember, with this diet, you do want to keep high fat and moderate protein. So a lot of times when people start the diet, they're just like loading up on all the meat, you know, steaks and bacon and all that, which is all great stuff, but you want to keep your protein to a moderate level, and that will really prevent a lot of constipation. Since we're on the topic, let's talk about urination. So that is another thing that is going to change once you get into ketosis. You probably are going to urinate more than what you did before. Now, for me, I wouldn't say it's really a big deal. If I had to put a number on it, I would say I urinate maybe 10% more than what I used to. But the big deal is that you are dumping your electrolytes when you're urinating more. So you need to be replenishing that. So you need to be making sure that you are having your sodium, and you also want to make sure that you're eating lots of keto-friendly vegetables, because you don't want to deplete your potassium and your magnesium. And you also want to be eating calcium, you know, adding in those good yummy cheeses and all that into your diet. Well, we might as well talk about bloating since we're talking about digestion, because that's something that might happen in the first week or two. And essentially what's happening is you're just eating different foods than what you were eating before. For me, I was really aiming to make sure I was eating 5 to 7 cups of keto-friendly veggies per day, because I didn't want to be deficient in magnesium or potassium. And so that's a change. I just wasn't eating 4 cups of kale before. So I did have a little bit of bloating, maybe a little bit of discomfort for the first week or so, but it was super mild and it did clear up quite quickly. So if you're having a hard time adding those things to your diet, like the kale, the broccoli, you can start by just having cucumbers and romaine lettuce. Just take it easy and work your body into having the 5 to 7 cups of keto-friendly veggies per day over time. For me, after a few weeks in, I was feeling really good. I didn't get any of the keto flu because I added in that salt, and also I was just feeling full most of the time. Having that extra fat in the diet really doesn't make you want to overeat. And the other thing that I experienced was the cravings. After about a month, I just didn't have cravings for the sugary foods and the carby foods anymore. So the combination of feeling full and not having cravings really helped with the weight loss at that point. Another thing that I noticed was a change in my skin. So I just noticed after about 2 or 3 months in that my skin was really soft. And my skin has always been quite dry, so that was a big change for me. Also, I noticed a big change in breakouts. So I would probably have a few breakouts per month before, and now my skin is super clear. I haven't had any breakouts in months. So that's been quite incredible. And I think some of that might have to do with the fact that I've been adding in more things into my diet that have omega-3s. For example, I've been adding in more fish, more flaxseed. So I think that might help my skin as well. Oh, this is also a good one. Okay, change in mood. That has been huge. So you know that feeling that you get when you're just hangry, like, I just need some food, and you're angry at the situation. You don't really have any reason to be angry. You're just crashing from the glucose. And that just doesn't exist anymore. I never get to that point where I'm hangry anymore. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that when you're running on glucose, you only have about 2,000 calories. And once you use them up, you're done. But when you're in ketosis, you have really whatever extra fat that your body has on you, that's available for you to burn. So you can last a really long time without getting into that grumpy, angry mood. It just doesn't happen anymore for me. So that's really nice for everyone. The other thing that I want to talk about is periods. Now, I know not everyone's interested in this topic, so I'll make it really quick. But yes, there has been a difference in my period. For the first couple months, I'd have to say I didn't see much of a difference. I actually thought for the first month or two it might have been a tiny bit worse, but after that I feel so much better. My periods are very easy. And for me, this is quite significant because I've suffered with hormonal migraines for a long time. And so I would really have to look at the calendar and actually like almost book those days off in my life. Like I couldn't plan vacation or anything fun during that time because I knew I was going to have a migraine. Now, I don't feel like I can really say at this point that I've eliminated hormonal migraines from my life, but I have not had one in the last couple months. So that's quite exciting for me. I will keep you up to date on that in the next year, because if I can say that I have eliminated hormonal migraines from my life, that's huge. Like that's me getting back several days a month out of my life. So I will keep you posted on that. The other thing that I'm really excited to talk to you about is the change of energy. For myself, I had a huge switch. I have tons of energy. I can go all day, and then in the evening I can run around, get groceries, do a workout, and I feel incredible. Now, if you aren't having high energy and you're on keto, there might be a few things that you can do to change that. I would really recommend make sure you're having the salt. You might be having just too high protein. And the other thing could be that you're not getting the B vitamins. So you'd want to add in some nutritional yeast into your smoothies or on your salad, and that will really fix the energy. And so you will be able to go all day long. The other thing that I want to talk about, and it's kind of gross, so if you don't want to hear it, just click away right now. But I used to have really bad toenail fungus as well as foot odor. And I noticed in this last couple months that it's just gone. My feet look great, they smell great, and it's been really good. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. I haven't really found a lot online about it. So if you have, just be sure to comment and let me know. The final thing that I wanted to talk about is really the reason why I think a lot of people start a ketogenic diet, and that's for weight loss. And yes, I have lost weight. So for myself, I've lost 40 pounds in 7 months, and I feel incredible. So I really want this video to encourage you. I wanted to show you what has happened to my body, the changes I've experienced, which overall they've been very positive. And any of the negative things, I just want to tell you that there are things that you can do to prevent them. Do your research, see if a ketogenic diet is right for you, and then if you decide to jump into it, know that you can do this very successfully. And again, I just encourage you to check out those links that I left in the description. I really think that those videos helped me tremendously, and so I really hope that they help you too. As I mentioned before, I'm only 7 months in on keto, so really I'm a newbie. I do still have lots to learn. So if you have anything that you'd like to share with me, please leave it in the comments below. Also, if you're new to keto, I'd love to hear from you too, so also comment. Thank you very much for watching my video and taking the time to hear about my story. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thank you.